Another young guy we haven't seen much of yet, Brad Crouch. Liam Head wants to know, where does Crouchy rate in terms of ability of draftees that you've seen in your time at the club?
Yeah, Crouchy, very lucky to have Crouchy on board. Obviously he can't play with us this year, unfortunately, but I think it'll be really good for him to have a year in the system, learn about training and what it takes to play footy at the highest level, and certainly looking forward to playing with him in the years to come, because he's going to be very exciting for us, I think.
Andrew Bitmead's giving you a bit of a pump up. You've been in outstanding form yourself this year, VB, and have become a clear leader of the team. Does this have something to do with having more experience as captain?
I think it does. Experience certainly does help, and I remember last year, throughout some difficult times, and I don't like to keep referring back to last year, but Craigie told me at the time that throughout adversity you learn the most about yourself, and you develop better as an individual and as a leader. So try and embrace the times, and certainly at the time I certainly didn't want to embrace it. It wasn't enjoyable at all, but looking back on it now, I learned some valuable lessons throughout that time, and I think the whole playing group did. So it's certainly hardened us as a group, and I think it's shown us more than anything that we don't want to go back to playing that sort of footy or getting those sort of results.
Amanda on Twitter at Amanda13page. Which is your favourite ground to play at?
Definitely here at Amy Stadium, I think is all the boys' favourite ground. When we get the support of our members coming down, and hopefully this Saturday night will be a sell-out crowd for us, and we'll have 50,000 against Collingwood, who we all love to beat. So it'll, I think everyone enjoys playing at Amy Stadium. But away from home, I guess anywhere in Melbourne's always good at Etihad or the G, because that's where you've got to play the biggest games. And I certainly don't mind playing home in WA as well, get to see the family as well. So that's one of my personal favourites.
Now this one's from Holly, and I'm not sure what Paddy Dangerfield's girlfriend will think, but VB, will you ask Danger if he will marry me?
I can ask him for you, Holly, but I reckon you might have his girlfriend Marty not too impressed about that, and I reckon I know what he'd say, but he's pretty happy at the moment, but I'll certainly ask him for you.
Brodie Driscoll, this is another one from Twitter. What has been your favourite win for the Crows this season so far?
My favourite win probably have to be the Sydney game. The boys, we started off the game so well, and Sydney fought their way back into it, and in three-quarter time we asked for a big effort, and the boys found something. And the SCG is not a ground that you're used to playing at, but the boys certainly dug deep in the last quarter. We managed to come away with a narrow win against a side that hadn't lost for the year. So it was, I think you saw the emotion at the end of the game of all the boys, how much it meant to us, and from there on the boys have been unreal. So it's been certainly a few good wins after that as well.
You're back in a bit more of a defensive role, tagging but also being a bit more offensive. Is that the role that you think you're best suited to within the team?
I think at the moment that's where the coaching staff want me to play, and I'm certainly enjoying in that role throughout the midfield, and getting to play on some of the better midfielders and late midfielders in the competition is great for my game, and I've learnt some tools over the time of playing in that role, which certainly hold me in good stead, and I think it now allows me to use some of my strengths in my game, like my running, and work throughout the midfield to hopefully play my role for the team.
Now, hoping for a big crowd here on Saturday night. What does it mean from a player's point of view having a packed Amy Stadium to run out onto?
Oh, it's so inspiring for us, I think, as players to run out, and we get those the goosebumps on the arm and the shiver down the back when you run out for the first time, and you really do feel the crowd when they get behind you, and we get a run on and we start the game well, and it certainly keeps us going. But on the other side of it too, I think the opposition, when they come, they certainly don't like to hear the wrath of the Adelaide crowd when we get on top, or when they certainly get the ball and they get the boos. So huge advantage when we get a big crowd. So hopefully we can pack out Amy Stadium this Saturday night.
There were some tough questions in there, but you've handled them well. Thanks for your time, VB.
Thanks, Katrina. Thank you.